I think he will only attack with the hero, but let's see. Alright, I double block. I'm sure they were prepared, because they know how First Strike works. We're going for the Steed, because we want flying. Oh, he let us saddle. That's so good, man. Hello everyone, it's Sloth here, and today deck that not only seems to be absolutely donking on meta decks, especially mono red, but also does it in a new way that you probably never seen. This was one of the ideas I was the most proud of, because I was thinking for like half a day, what is the weakness of mono red? They have everything, what is their weak point? Well, the weak point is that everyone and their grandmother knows the deck list, and you can literally check what they can answer and what they cannot. And the cool part, you can make the whole deck around one thing they cannot answer. For example, First Strike, especially together with Death Touch, because that means every creature that attacks you dies, and you don't care what the power is, because it dies before it deals it. Like, Mono Red cannot answer this card, basically. Their whole deck doesn't work anymore. And we have full deck of First Strikers, and against Slickshot, boom, Valkyrie, or should I say Boon, because it has flying as the only First Striker, basically. And that completely shuts down any kind of Slickshot, because it can have 15 power. It doesn't matter because it has below 5 toughness and it dies to First Strike. So the deck is hilarious. On top of this, we have cards like Stoat and the Steed that both have First Strike together with Lifelink, and this one can create angels on top of everything else. And the even cooler part, not only we have Poisoner that uses the Lifelink to basically instantly kill creatures, and they are 0/0, so they don't even deal death triggers, but with this figure, when your opponent attacks and he thinks that you have too little of a creature to, kill it with First Strike, you just disfigure, suddenly the toughness is 1 or 2, they lose the creature and they scoop. This is such a hilarious deck against mono red, and you will see it in action, and you will show that even against other decks, you are just a good aggressive deck that can steal a win very easily. So I think you will like it, and let's go into the games, but first I want to say a huge thank you to the absolute legend of the day, Colvin Fitzgerald. Thank you for your continuous support, man, and I hope the deck that you got, I mean, this is something special, so I think you will have a lot of fun, and yeah, just thank you for sticking with the channel, it's really appreciated. So yeah, let's go into the games and destroy some mono red in a new way. Right guys, I'm ready, and this one, alright, so we have basically all of the mana, right? That means we want to cast this on green, because we want to paint ourselves the least. Man, the mana base is sketchy here, but we always make it work. And we are, indeed, against, the usual. The absolute usual. Let's go with the Steed, and let's see how our mono red opponent likes our deck full of First Strikers that kill everything, on top of being a life-linking deck. Oh, this is the perfect combination. Well, they will swing. On this turn we cannot block. We need to get a little bit more power, right? We can also saddle, no, we need more power. So they will pump something, but the point is, this is not enough damage yet, right? They cannot blink, they deal what, 7? Only 7 damage, bro, that's laughable. So we can either go Glissa and just go even more all in. Oh, I like it so much. We could also go another Steed with this figure, which is super cool. But I think Glissa is just simply better. And if you don't want to defend on a given turn, I mean, you just lifelink, and it's even better. And now every turn they need to push more and more damage because we have more and more lifelink. We also have the bat to get rid of their last play. Alright, that's... Don't tell me they double shocked it. Oh my god, they actually got double shock. But look how much damage we saved with just having Glissa on the board. And I mean, the Steeds are still here. We can also double block them. Oh, but they will... Oh, we are legit destroying them here. So I think we go with a Steed, right? Then we can start double blocking. Like, they cannot go through this. They literally cannot go through it. I could go with the bat, but they will just top deck shock, kill the bat and win the game, right? So let's not do it. Let's not do it. I think this figure should be good enough. Do we want to lifelink? I actually will take, double First Strikers, because if he has to not attack on a single turn, I mean, that's a win for us. Like, our cards are simply better. Yeah, the consternation starts. Alright. I think he will only attack with the hero, but let's see. Alright. I double block. I'm sure they were prepared, because they know how First Strike works. Well, Mono-Red players, not even reading the... Well, they read, they just didn't understand it. So, as you can see, they're attacking with 4 toughness creature into double First Strikers, because they have no idea what's going on in this game. We keep the Disfigure, and I think that we will go with the first bat. Oh, I only have 1 black mana. That changes a lot. Alright then. What would you say if we went like this and we lifelinked 4? Because there's no way I have more steeds, right? And look at we are just butchering them. It's not even close. It's not even close. If I had double black, I would play completely differently. I would go bat into this figure. That would be a better play. And our opponent doesn't know what's going on. Like, he's not winning. He doesn't know why. Something is super wrong here. I'm not sure. I don't think this is the type that is supported. Alright, so we know exactly what is going on. Do we go with a mouse or a slick shot? I think we go slick shot here. And we can do it later, right? If we go slick shot scales more, so there's no reason to go anything else. As you can see, the full swing is still strong with this one. Alright, and yep, no damage here, and you can see that we are actually starting... Oh man, isn't it fun? Isn't it absolutely fun? And we'll go with a bat, even though it hurts us 1 damage, it gives us 1 damage if we want. So do I want create token with flying? This is okay, right? But we probably want the lifelinkers more. Like, our opponent is on the verge of losing the game. He needs to burst us 10 with a single card, which is more than he can do. A Swift Spear. Well, enjoy attacking into this, my friend. Alright, they're going for the mouse. Oh, they learned what First Strike does. That's cute. So, we could saddle if we really want to make some angels. I honestly kinda like it. But you know what I like even more? A full swing. In situation where he cannot block. All of this is with life. Oh, but they would like it. Oh, well, back to 17. And here we go with the last bat. You know, it's cool. It can block everything that doesn't have trample. So he can pump the hero, we can block the hero, and now this is the time to scoop. Our opponent does not understand what happened to him. He's not enjoying it, but he's doing the same thing that he's always doing. He's pumping creatures, attacking, and seeing if the screen at the end will be a victor or a defeat. Well, I guess. So, what do we go for? We can full swing and see what happens. I like this idea quite a lot. They might have a pump spell, right? So we could also attack with the steed and get danger, which is not the best play, honestly. I think we just full swing and see what happens. Here we go. He can get some nice blocks with a pump spell, but don't forget the bats kill him on the next turn. To be absolutely honest, this is the only choice he had, because like if he attacks, he's dead. And let's play creatures, because they don't play sweepers, because we know exactly their deck list, and we know exactly how to punish them. They cannot go, you know, they cannot sweep the board. This is the best card ever. 2 cards in 1. So let's see how hard can he go. Can he deal 24 damage with his single, absolutely, you know, great mouse? Well, it turns out the answer is no. Alright, we are going first. Man, that's all I need. Just give me those lifelingers. We start with the planes in case we draw, you know, a natural green mana somehow. And suddenly, it seems that we are not playing against mono-red anymore. Interesting, interesting. So let's sit. Let's sit. Yep, suddenly, mono-red just vanished. Alright, that's great. So we are... is that Reanimator? I'm not sure exactly what we are playing against. So let's go for this guy, because the steed is a little bit better if you have more stuff. So let's get the map token. We don't need this figure. That was a good scry. Or surveil to be specific. Alright. Oh, so this is the deck. Yeah, that it kinda looked like, you know, Rakdos joins up, but I didn't see these decks in such a long time. Alright, so they definitely want to remove it, right? Let's swing and see what happens. They don't have reanimation yet, but they might. That I think does not matter at all here. So let's go with a Steed. And I still think we go for this one. Just because it might get us a free card. And that's a big deal. Alright. It's probably... Oh no, white. We cannot go white. Let's go black. Alright, let's see what the end step play is. Alright. This will be definitely hard. But you know, we have ways to go for a huge damage. It's already 5 on the next turn. Alright. They still need to pay the mana. However, they will play the land, right? So they have 2 mana. Still enough for a removal. However, that was the refunding of the third path, and this is one of the main cards of the whole deck. They have their animation. So, okay, I think I know. So I think we need to prepare. Yeah, I know. I think we'll lose, but I think... This is a 1-1, right? You know what? I'm kinda preparing for the worst. So, my idea is that they will go for the Awakening, and they will have a counter spell for 1 mana on top of it, like Spell Pierce. I think that's the new version of the deck that is the only one that is around. Sure. Our opponent, I think, knows what we are doing. And on the bright side, we can start playing Steeds on top of double removal. And you can see that they're tanking a lot of damage. Man, I'm so happy I went for black mana. That's such a game changer, basically. Because if I didn't, I wouldn't be able to make this whole play. So, sure. Maybe they don't have the play. Oh, get lost at the end step. Not amazing. But at least we get extra value, right? Oh, this is such a cool tech. I love it. I actually love it. So play this and they cannot do anything about it. Sure. We can prepare it. Fortunately. It will be a huge creature still, but I hope we can work around it. We pay 1 mana. We kill it. And let's see what happens. We won't be able to kill the, you know, the big thing because of this being an artifact, right? So that is a problem. But we have the Valkyrie, so we can sneak some extra damage. If we want. If we want. I want some angels that are flying. Oh boy, this is a bit of a rough one. So they have go for the throat. If I play this or this, it will die at the end step, right? So I think we have to go for what? Yeah, it has to attack, so there's no... Sorry, bro. This is a hard choice for us. I don't think I want to trade it. Let's go with this one. I don't have great ways to go about it, to be absolutely honest. Just because that he can block. However, he also cannot really attack here. Man, we can actually block all of this with a first strike, so he actually cannot attack into this. Well, that's crazy. Here's the Union. It's kinda acceptable. It helps them a ton, to be absolutely honest, but at least it costs them half of the mana, right? I need them to use Get Lost. So I will actually make a misplay. This is on purpose, because I want him to know that he's behind on board, because I need him to play Get Lost. Oh boy. Oh boy. This is for 1 turn, right? Just making sure. Until end of the turn. So I can play this. Ah, but this is not enough, right? And this will be on stack, right? So if not this ability, I could actually saddle with it. Which would be great. We can do it with Thalia. Oh, this is such a hard choice. Huh. Thalia is great with so many lands. We could get so much value. I think we need to play into it. I'm not loving it at all. Our opponent is patient, which is not amazing for us. So in reality, we will have to go with this. We're going for the Steed because we want flying. Oh, he let us settle. That's so good, man. Alright, now he needs to kill the Steed and not the Valkyrie, right? If he goes for the Valkyrie, I mean, that's an angel for you. And a lot of value. Unfortunately, they play sweepers in this deck, I think. Like, Sunfall is something they should have. Maybe even lockdowns. Some versions play lockdowns, but if he has this, maybe he doesn't. Alright. I mean, I'm taking my stuff, you know? This is actually a big deal. With this, there is a chance we might actually, you know, come ahead here. Oh, well, sure. So, we definitely attack with this guy. And I think that's it for this one turn. We make an angel. I actually didn't see this art before. Alright, that's a cool one. And yeah, I mean, that's a start. That's a start. So we went basically 1 for 1, and then we got additional angel, and we got additional damage. So that was a good turn. Metamorph. Alright. It will be just a 3-3, which is okay. My idea for winning this game is playing Thalia and starting to get some crazy value with her. Hopefully, because we are all absolutely overdrawing lands. Let's go with this one. I mean, we have to go an angel here. Let's see if they remove it in response. No! Oh, they have nothing. We drew 3 lands from the top. That's not exactly amazing, by the way. I could attack with another Steed for another angel, which honestly seems like the best idea. Not how I would play normally, but in this situation, those Steeds are not very good and I want to trade them for flyers, basically, because that sneaks way more damage. Unfortunate, but what can you do? But now we have 2-turn Nifar, so, you know, that's a start. That is a start. Let's go for black mana so we don't pain ourselves as much. And let's go with Thalia. Hopefully she survived. I need to go all in here. And I mean, I can play this one as well, right? Let's go green, maybe. We don't have natural green. Alright. I didn't want to play Thalia before combat phase, because if he had removal, I hoped he will remove one of the Steeds or Angels, and then Thalia would survive. So that was the idea. Like, this is Death Touch first strike, so we can actually attack with it. Alright, more Metamorphs. I mean, we are kinda doing it, right? We are kinda doing it. Do I want more angels? I kinda do. Man, we are so aggressive, but I think this is the right call. Now we can start sacrificing stuff. Yep, absolutely. Let's go for this one, maybe. We need those extra cards. Oh, this can be super nice. This is the cool part about this deck. Disfigure hits so much more than it should. Yep, correct choices. But we'll make use of it at some point. And that's why we traded for the Angels. Look, they are dead on the next turn. So we keep Glissa, I think. And we say go. You have one turn to top deck the game-winning answer. And I think they cannot do it because they don't even have the... Oh, they have the combo. But yeah, they didn't have answers. Alright, we are going first. Man, I'm actually so excited for this one. So, let's go for Fabled Passage, right? Because that gives us the best control. We also will know our matchup before we crack it, which is a huge deal. Alright. No mono red, huh? No mono red. So, this should be green or white. We could go for the Steed if we go white here. So, let's try it. We'll go with the green on this one. Every time, man. Every time. So we will go with this, right? Go with a Steed. Yes, I like this. I think this is good. We could also go Bat into Glissa, but I think we need, like, they are full of removal. It's not like they have one removal spell. Sorry, the pet is annoying. Like, it's not like they have one removal spell. They have full hand of removal spells, so I think even with the Bat it won't be enough. But, you know, at least we'll try. Now we go with the Bat and hope that we can, you know, hit them without next removal. Alright, there is a chance. So this one... Great Spirits. They have flying, they will be annoying. I think this is the play, right? Do we make tokens? We can make a token. Alright, this is an important choice. Honestly, the Kaya is the most threatening, but they will play her into Glissa and we can disfigure, and then we can kill it for free. So this is not the target. Honestly, the carrot cake is so annoying. But I think we go for Kamba, just because it's on curve. It will be a bit annoying anyway, because they will have this as a blocker, right? Then they will cast Kaya. Alright, yep. Alright, there will be a lot of clutter, but I hope we can break through. I hope we can break through. Well, we should be able to with this. Definitely won't be easy to cast Kaya into Thalia and the Gitrog monster. Absolute monster. Alright, I'm a little bit scared, but I think we have a good board. Like, they have 1 or 2 turns of defending against all this onslaught, but if they don't draw something super strong, we are taking over. Like, sooner or later. Oh, the tap land. What? Oh, right! Non-basic! Of course I know what my cards do. To be absolutely honest, all I remember is that it makes haste creatures fizzle, and that's enough. But yeah, there are also other non-red decks, that's true. And yeah, not easy to cast Kaya into this. So let's crack it. Let's get the forest. This way we don't need to tap. And I think we'll get the Thran Portal out. Because this is the type of land you don't want to use unless you have to. Do I need this mana? I could draw something. It's fine. We just full swing. It's okay. And I don't want to use Disfigure yet. It will be useful later. Well, not a good draw, that's for sure. They will take the damage, right? Oh, but that's okay. Like, it actually helps us. And I think we have to play Glissa, which is a little bit all-in. So, for example, if they draw Sunfall, I think I lose the game. And they have a lot of chances to draw Sunfall. So, you know, let's risk it. That's the play. That's the play. And let's go this on... Well, we have black, we have white. Let's still go black. We have a lot of black cards. Sometimes we want to multi-spell. Especially things like Disfigures. Like, you can cast a whole spell on 1 mana. Alright, so they are looking for Sunfall. Did they... No way. Come on. It cannot be a Sunfall from the top, right? Alright, Kaya is fine. They should also know that we have something. And they will make a spirit, right? Oh, they will exile something. Right. What happens if that fizzles? Is that what I think it does? Nope. This was just super bad. I thought that it will fizzle when it has no target. Alright. Apparently it works differently. So, still, we go like this. They will still block to prevent the card draw, right? Because we can remove the counters, of course. So we kill Kaya. It's still not the worst. We have a lot of potential here. Our board is better. So as long as we keep them out of, you know, the annoying stuff, it has to be the talent. This is their way back into the game. So they will play the carrot cake. And let's go maybe blue. Well, It's a habit, alright? We don't play blue in this deck. Let's go white. So this will be very annoying, but it cannot block flyers, and it dies to blue. Oh my god, this was... Well, they drew extremely well. This was our basically whole advantage that we try to win the game with. Now I need a good top deck like, you know, like he got one. Alright, this is a good top deck, like he got one. The Thalia is actually one of the best draws here, because we not only get a super threatening creature, but we also can draw extra cards instead of those lands, which is amazing, honestly. Oh my god, he just draws those cards from the top. This is insane. He drew 2 cards with 1 draw, and the best card of his whole deck. Alright, and we are getting lands again. Alright, definitely, if he didn't draw this, I think we are winning. But with this, I think we might lose. This is insanely good. Let's go for this one, right? This is a sacrifice, so it's a little bit better. Alright. I mean, this is something, but I'm not sure if we will be quick enough to kill him. I think that we are too slow. Caretaker's talent needed to happen a bit later. Let's go for the Valkyrie. We back up the Valkyrie, because I want to have a huge target here, I think. And let's go for the green one. So I want to replace all of the basic ones with those, because they are better, you know, late game. Oh my god, he's freaking drawing this removal one after another from the top. 2 removal cards and the main draw engine for the deck in 3 cards. I'm not sure if we can beat those draws, man. Like, this guy has 1 card a turn and he's just slaughtering us with it. And here's our land. Like, I'm always a bit salty when I, you know, have a good situation. I make a very good place, I'm ahead, and I'm winning. I'm on my road to winning the game. Then my opponent draws 3 best cards of the deck, and I draw, like, you know, 2 lands from the top, and it's like, well, now you are not winning anymore. And I'm like, okay, Shuffler, thank you. So yeah, now our opponent will never lack cards. Oh my god, he actually literally keeps drawing a removal every single turn. Are you actually serious here? Interesting that they attack, but yeah, I guess there's no point in not attacking. I don't think it's good enough, like, we will be too slow. Like, they cannot kill us, but they don't need to. Like, they are drawing 3 to 5 cards a turn. That's why man, this is crazy. With those 3 draws, they completely swing the game in hardcore direction. So now they are drawing 3 cards basically by paying 1 mana. And all of those cards are new on this turn. Oh my god. How are you so good at this game? And he didn't have a dead draw since 5 turns. Oh man, go for the throat is not amazing here. I mean, we can attack with the Stoat, but it's basically 2 extra damage. It doesn't really matter. Oh man, this is so brutal. Yep, he can sacrifice it. I don't think it's any difference. He will, you know, he knows that we are not doing anything more, so he can just use the value. The main value is drawing 2 extra cards on top of having a blocker. And that's why I said, the moment he drew this, I think we are lost. Because though, man, he drew like 6 cards extra. Like, it's crazy. On top of the live game, we are at 34, and it doesn't matter. Because his draws are too good. So, honestly, I think we lost this game completely on the top decks war. Like, we were ahead before he started drawing those cards, and yeah, our cards were not good enough. Sure, it doesn't really matter. Everything that is on the ground doesn't matter. The only chance we have is that he actually will fizzle on removal against the Valkyrie for like 2 next turns. And I'm not sure if that's enough with all the life gain that he's getting, right? He also has... Well, he doesn't have Helix, I guess, because he doesn't seem to be playing red. It's just Orzhov version. I mean, you know the drill. I don't think this will be good enough. Like, we are too slow. But I will play whatever I draw, you know? We'll keep playing. Alright. Can he whiff ever in this game? I really need him to whiff. So, yeah. I mean, everything was said. He got absolutely skyrocketed ahead with those draws, and now we need him to fizzle super hard to get him back on the, regular draw level. If he keeps getting ahead, like, there's nothing you can do, really. They're at 5, so they need a cake, so a live game. This isn't a live game. Yep, of course, man, just name the card. Just name the card. They do have it. I'm at 47 life, man. Here we go. Those are... I should saddle probably, I don't care. I just want to keep attacking. Alright, the last choice, right? Cool. Man, this guy never whiffs for the full game. Alright, we are going first. Oh, this will be this will be a wild one. I don't know the matchup. You know what? This is so cool. We can crack the passage after we see the opponent's land. This is actually so huge because I need to know if I need black mana for removal or I need to be aggressive with the steed. And we are against mono red. You guessed it. So we can crack it. We are against mono red, right? So do we go with a bat that allows us to cast Poisoner on curve? I honestly think we go for the black mana here. Even though it's not a steed, I think we get more from this. I think we get more. We also don't need to pain our... well... Thank you, land. Thank you, land. Alright. Still. We probably won the bat, right? I'm not sure if we'll have time for food token. Let's try to hit their next creature. Yep. We can always find a target for Go for the Throat. Alright. Very, very good cards. So, they want to cast this, right? This is probably the best one. Demonic Ruckus is still good. I think this is the card. This gives them so much. They basically get a free trigger. One of the reasons this card is so powerful is the trigger, the passive. Because you can just target it with whatever cantrip that does nothing and you still get extra value. So they will probably go with the Ruckus, I would guess. If they go Scam, that's very... Yep, I think that's a good call. This is like the best value you can get at this point. Alright, alright. Man, I think we are doing it. I think we are actually doing it. I need to keep Go for the Throat. We can start lifelinking, which is nice. And if they cast something, we go for the Throat. We know only half of their hand, so, the rest can be everything. And we can start using the food token to kill the mouse, maybe. I think we can take this damage. With the Sellsword, it's super scary. And listen, I will risk it. I will risk it. Well, maybe with Thalia. I mean, I can cast Thalia on the next turn. They have no counterplay to this. So I can go greedy way. Go for the Throat. Assume, admitting to my mistake and losing extra 3 damage. Then play Thalia. Alright, we're going with it. So in the end, I just misplayed and lost 3 life. I wanted to go for a different plan, but this is so good that I think there is a chance they cannot beat it, right? Well, I guess they have double strike. Okay, I just changed my mind again. We are going for the green mana here, because this actually can win the game, right? Because they can basically double strike with it, even without attacking our face, which is wild, man. I will attack first and see if there's a trigger. Man, there's nothing. There's actually nothing. I can play the Poisoner now. Alright, so what we will do... We have 4 mana, so we can still use the food token, which is a big deal. Also checking the priority. And because we lifelinked 1 with the bat, we kill the Scamp. It has 0 power, it cannot target the bat. Man, this is... true master. Yes, they won't. They don't understand what's going on. They know that their deck stopped working and they're really not happy with how our deck is absolutely broken and busted. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed the games, especially the mono-red ones are hilarious. I mean, how could you know that first strike hits first, right? Like, this is just enigma for red players. Fortunately, we tried to teach mono-red players the keywords on the cards that are explained on the right side. So, yeah, jokes aside, this deck was hilarious to play. I had a lot of fears if it will work, but it worked better than I expected. And before we go into the details, because in the intro we just showcased the general idea, there's so much more in this deck that I wanted to talk about. However, before we go there, a huge thank you to all the Patreon members. Thank you guys for just making content like this possible every single day, so we can have fun on the ladder, we can kill some mono red decks and enjoy, maybe not always control, because obviously this is not a control deck, but we are trying to do, just make some cool decks so we can all enjoy Magic. So thank you for that. And yeah, honestly, one of the biggest fears I had for this deck is the mana base, because I started with white. I knew that I want the Valkyrie, that was the first color. Second was, well, the black kinda fits. However, the first strikers are in Celestia and in Golgari, and it turned out that Thalia and the Gitrog monster fits the idea for the deck so perfectly. Also giving, this passive of creatures and non-basic lands come tapped, which means haste doesn't work, so that's even better. You have even more time to answer everything, and I just realized we have to go Abzan. But you need a very specific mana on every single turn. Turn 2, you need green, white, or black if you want to play the bat. So you have such high mana costs, at the same time you need them fast, untapped, with no drawbacks. So unfortunately, I went with Thran Portal, because I think this is the only deck ever that actually can use this land to full extent, because not only we need quick mana, we need triple different colors, and also we have enough lifelinkers to support the drawback from this card. And the best part, later you can sacrifice it to Thalia, so you don't really care. So in the late game you can still, change it for a card. So I really like the end result, basically. I never had mana issues, which is something I didn't expect. And listen, I know talking about the mana base is a little bit boring, but that was one of the biggest, weaknesses of this deck, and I spent a lot of time to make this mana base work, and it worked like a charm. The next thing that we actually never seen, I forgot that I have this card in my deck. I watched all the games, and then I started recording, this outro, and I was like, oh my god, I had this card. It never happened in any of the games. I don't know how. We have to, it's not too little. The idea is that we play this, if we play against red deck, they always have something with haste in the graveyard. So that means you play it, you get +1/+1, you exile a haste creature, it gets haste, you attack, you put a +1/+1, then you exile something with, for example, lifelink, and you hit with haste for 4 damage with lifelink. And it only gets better because then you get first strike and death touch, another 2 extremely powerful keywords, and you can even get flying in the end, so you can use it as a slick shot blocker. So the card fits perfectly, and I'm so sad that we never drew it in any of the games, but I think it fits perfectly. There's so hard to find a deck where it fits as good as this one, because we are all about those keywords, right? I was really happy with the Steed. The card is absolutely amazing. It's so crazy that we don't even see it played, because 2 mana, 2/2 first strike lifelink that also can create angels. It's crazy, man. It's actually amazing card. So yeah, I was super happy with the deck. This is one of the cool ways to use Thalia and the Gitrog monster to an actual full extent, and the Poisoner was a perfect fit, because sometimes, so the only drawback this card can have, and the same for Stoat, is sometimes they might have the pump spell. Of course they do, right? So you need to kinda have either a removal because you force them to use it, or just you can start attacking instead. You have seen in one of the games they attacked with 2 creatures who just didn't block because they had 1 open mana, and then what you do, you counter attack, you lifelink, drop the Poisoner, kill one of the creatures, and they are so far behind they won't win anymore. So this is your second game plan that is equally as good, and yeah, those lifelinkers make a difference. So guys, I'm really proud of this deck. This is something I've never seen used by anyone, and yeah, you've seen it first on this channel, so drop the subscribe and like if you enjoy the content, and I hope it will be fun to watch and play maybe. It is very heavy on the rares, so up to you. But I like the deck and I had decent success with it, so yeah, I hope it will be the same for you. Thank you guys for watching, thank you for just being here and enjoying Magic together, and see you guys tomorrow.